What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Orlando Magic. It's a part of my series where I rebuild every single lottery team in order. We just did a Detroit Pistons rebuild that should be popping up on the screen right now if you want to check it out. But the goal here is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. We just hit 2,000 subs on this channel, so if you still haven't hit that button, I'd really appreciate it if you could. But anyways, man, without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Alright, man, so the Magic entered this offseason as a very young team, and they got even younger. They had 2 lottery picks in this past year's draft. They got Anthony Black with pick number 6 and then Jet Howard with pick number 11. I'll talk a little bit more about their fit with the team once we start season 1 and we get into the rotation breakdown, our 3-year game plan, all that fun stuff. But let's get started with player progression, man, where both Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero are up 2 to an 86. That's a really good sign. Markelle Fultz and Wendell Carter Jr. both stay put at an 82. Then we got some more green arrows here. Cole Anthony up 2 to an 81. Jalen Suggs up 3 to a 79. Jonathan Isaac up 1 to a 79. Yeah, man, this is a very young team, like I said. So we got a lot of green arrows here. Only red one was Joe Ingles, but that's fine. He's the old man of the group. But anyways, man, let's go to season 1 where we can take a better look at the team. All right, man, taking a look at the team here, we got Markelle Fultz at the 1, who was the first overall pick in 2017. Obviously, his career got off to a shaky start with the Philadelphia 76ers, but to Markelle's credit, man, he took a step in the right direction last season. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, round up around here. Shot 31% from deep, which is actually a career high for him. His shooting or lack thereof obviously is a main concern with him. So 31%, we definitely will take that. Markelle's on the last year of his deal, making 17 M, so we're going to have a decision this upcoming offseason. Do I want to bring him back, and if so, for how much money? I definitely do want him to be a part of our future plans. Maybe not as a starter. I think ideally he might come off the bench for us, because I do think we need more shooting in the starting lineup. But honestly, man, if I can re-sign him on a similar deal, you know, the mid-teens, I think that would be worth it as a backup guard. But again, we'll just have to see how much money he's asking for. Then we got Jalen Suggs, who was the 5th overall pick in 2021. He had an okay rookie season, and then he followed it up with pretty much the same type of campaign, man. He got a little bit more efficient, you know, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Shot 41% from the floor and 31% from deep. Still a lot of room for improvement though, and you're gonna hear me say this a lot, man. This team needs more shooting, especially from behind the arc. And after drafting Anthony Black, another guard, with the 6th overall pick in this past year's draft, I do think it's time to move on from either Jalen Suggs or Cole Anthony. I'm leaning towards Suggs because Anthony is the better shooter. So I'm gonna look around, man. I'm gonna see what I can get for Jalen Suggs. I'm not gonna sell him for pennies on the dollar, nothing like that, because he is still 22 years old. I mean, the guy was the 5th overall pick just 2 years ago. So I'll see what I can find, man. But either way, I don't think Jalen Suggs is gonna be on this team for very long. Then we got Franz Wagner at the 3. Now, he was the 8th overall pick in 2021. It's a pick that originally belonged to the Chicago Bulls. However, it was a part of that Nikola Vucevic trade, and it's a trade that keeps giving, man, for the Orlando Magic. I mean, Franz Wagner turned out to be really good, man. Last season, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Shot 36% from deep, which again is going to come at a premium on this team, man. Any guy who can shoot threes definitely is going to be safe here in Orlando. We got a lot of young players on this team, but not every single one of them is going to be a part of our young core. I think it's safe to say that Franz Wagner definitely is. Another guy who's safe, obviously, is Paolo Banchero. He was the 1st overall pick in 2022 and looked really good as a rookie, man. Rookie of the year. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Not much of a shooter once again. That is a concern on this team. But either way, man, Paolo's a 6'10 forward who can move really well, and clearly scoring in general is not a problem for him. I mean, 20 points as a rookie, we definitely will take that. He's also got a lot of defensive upside as well. So yeah, it goes without saying he's definitely going to be safe for this entire video. Him and Franz, man, those are the 2 guys who I want to try to build a championship team around. And I think a guy who can complement that duo really well is Wendell Carter Jr. He's our starting center. Another guy the Magic got from that Nikola Vucevic trade. And a change in scenery really was good for Wendell, man. I think he's been looking really nice since he got to Orlando. I mean, 16 points last season, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and most importantly, he shot 36% from deep, above league average for the first time in his career. That's a really good sign, man, especially playing in the front court with Paolo Banchero, a guy who isn't the best 3-point shooter, someone who likes to get to the rack. It's nice to have a center who can space the floor, man. I think Wendell Carter Jr. is a really nice fit in Orlando, man. I'm not saying he's completely safe for this entire video, because I got to see how he progresses, you know, 24 years old, 82 overall, but he's pretty close to a lock, man, especially because of his contract. It's a regressing deal, so he's only going to be making 12 M's next season, and then a little bit under 11 the year after that. It's going to be pretty hard to beat a contract like that. Off the bench, we do have some shooting here in Cole Anthony. Now, he was the 15th overall pick in 2020. I think Cole took a step in the right direction, man. He got a lot more efficient. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Shot 46% from the floor, which definitely is a step in the right direction. And then 37% from deep, man. When you look at guys like Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs, even Anthony Black, who we'll talk about in a second, none of those guards can shoot the 3-ball well. And that's why I think Cole Anthony is going to be safe for most of this video, because they're going to need that shooting in the backcourt, and it seems like he can provide that for us. Is it going to be a starter, though? I'm not too sure. future. I think he's probably better off the bench, but either way, he definitely has a role on this team and it's a pretty important one. Speaking of Anthony Black, he was a 6th overall pick in this past year's draft. For some reason, the draft class I uploaded has him as a small forward. Ignore that though, he definitely is an oversized guard. 6'7", really good size in the backcourt. He's a great facilitator, he's a good defender. His 3-point shot definitely needs some work, man. That's kind of the reoccurring theme with these Orlando Magic guards. In Summer League, he went a combined 1 for 6 from deep, and the only shot that he made was a bank shot, which definitely says a lot. So yeah, 3-point shooting, not a strength for Anthony Black, but I do still really like the pick, man. I think he is going to be our starting point guard of the future, and I think ideally I'd like to pair him up with a shooting guard who can knock down threes. Then our backcourt duo off the bench would be Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony. That's kind of the way I see things playing out, man, but we'll see what happens. Then we got Jonathan Isaac. Now this is an interesting one. He was the 6th overall pick in 2017, 26 years old. Obviously the thing with him is he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. He missed 2 straight seasons due to a torn ACL and then tried to come back this past season, but he only played 12 games before getting shut down once again due to a torn left abductor muscle. The guy just hasn't been able to stay on the floor, man, which is unfortunate because he is a really good defender and a pretty passable 3-point shooter as well. I mean, in the games he played this past season, he actually shot 35% from deep. We definitely will take that. Taking a look at his contract here, I do have it at 7.6 M's for this season. If you look up his contract, it's actually $17.4 million this season, but only $7.6 million are guaranteed right now. It becomes fully guaranteed on January 10th in 2024. So that's what I'm trying to decide on, man. Do I want to trade him right now before that money becomes fully guaranteed? Obviously, it'll be a lot harder to trade him after that because he does still have $17.4 million next season that's not guaranteed at all. Or do I want to trade him right now, man? It wouldn't be for much. It probably would just be for some 2nd round picks, something like that. But it would give us some more cap flexibility and it would also free up some PT for Jett Howard, who we'll talk about here in a second. I think I'm leaning towards that option, man. I probably will move on from Jonathan Isaac pretty soon. Again, it's not going to be for much, but we'll see what that package looks like. That should be pretty interesting. Then we got Mo Wagner, obviously the older brother of Franz Wagner, and he looked pretty solid last season, man. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He's an okay 3-point shooter for a center. I mean, it's definitely respectable, 32%. But honestly, I'm not even really looking for a floor spacing center off the bench because Wendell Carter Jr., our starter, can already knock down some threes. I think I'd rather have a backup center who can protect the rim a little bit better. Obviously, Mo Wagner doesn't do much of that, so we'll see how long he stays on his team. He's making a little bit less than 8 M's this season, and then a little bit more than 8th year after that. Honestly, I might keep him around just because he's Franz Wagner's brother. You know, I definitely want to keep Franz happy. But yeah, if we're talking a perfect world, I think I want a backup center who can protect the rim better. Then we got Jett Howard, who was the 11th pick in this past year's draft. He's a 6'7" small forward / power forward, 20 years old, and he's obviously the son of Juwan Howard. I think a lot of people viewed this pick as a reach on draft night, which is definitely fair. I think he was mostly projected to go outside the lottery, but I think it's a really good fit in Orlando because, again, this team needs 3-point shooting, man. I've said that like 1,000 times, and Jett Howard definitely does provide that. He shot 38% in college, and he got even better in Summer League. He shot 40%, went 8 for 20 from behind the arc. Honestly, I don't know what his ceiling is going to be like here in 2K. I can't really remember from any previous videos. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but I really don't need it to be. I mean, we got Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. That's our small forward, power forward duo of the future. But if Jett Howard can just be a wing player, provide some shooting off the bench, I definitely wouldn't be mad at that. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid pick. Now we got some guys outside the rotation. Let's go ahead and kind of just breeze through these. We got Gary Harris, who's 29 years old, at a $13 million option this offseason that we did pick up. We had money to spend. I wasn't looking to sign any free agents or anything like that because we already have plenty of players as it is. I just think he provides some veteran leadership, man. We desperately need that on a very young team. And he can also shoot that thing, man. 43% from deep. We will take that. Again, we had money to spend. It doesn't hurt to bring him back for a year. But if I do re-sign him this upcoming offseason, best believe it's going to be for a lot less money. Then we got Chuma Okeke. He's 25 years old, 16th overall pick in 2019. And he's just another guy who can't shoot the 3-ball, man. If he progresses to like a 77 and starts to knock down some threes, then maybe he can carve out a role off the bench. But as of right now, he's got some work to do before he gets some PT. Then we got Joe Ingles. And like I said, man, the Magic have money to spend this season. I think they spend it pretty well just getting some veteran guys who don't really need a lot of PT because at the end of the day, we still want to play our young guys, but they can just provide some veteran leadership and some 3-point shooting. Joe Ingles definitely does fit that mold. Then we got 2 second-round picks in Caleb Houston and also Admiral Schofield. It's pretty simple for them, man. They got to progress if they want to crack the rotation. If they don't, then they just won't be a part of the future plans. But speaking of future plans, man, let's take a look at the 3-year game plan starting off with season 1, which is trim the core, man. I already talked about it, but I definitely want to look for trade packages for guys like Jalen Suggs and Jonathan Isaac, but I'm not too desperate, so if it isn't anything too good, then I'm definitely fine with holding on to them for another season. Then for season 2, I definitely want to add some more shooting. That's kind of an obvious one, you know. I think by then Anthony Black will be our starting point guard, so I definitely want a shooting guard who can knock down some threes. That's going to be something I'm looking for. And then also I'm just going to be looking for some more shooting off the bench, preferably some veterans. You know, we are a young team, so it'd be nice to get some older guys in the mix. And then for season 3, per usual, buy if competitive. I'm not sure if we'll be competing for much by season 3, but if we are, I definitely would be willing to mortgage our future a little bit and buy now in order to compete for a championship. But anyways, man, that's a look at the 3-year game plan. Let's go ahead and look at some trades now and see if there's anything we can pull off. So I'm going to try to send Jalen Suggs to the Brooklyn Nets for Royce O'Neal and a 2025 first-round pick that is unprotected. I think Brooklyn needs a point guard of the future, preferably one who can play make, because right now they got a young shooting guard in Cam Thomas, who's obviously looking to get his buckets. Jalen Suggs to me would be a pretty nice backcourt pairing playing, and they're not giving up a whole lot. You know, it's Royce O'Neal on an expiring deal, and then a Phoenix Suns pick that's probably going to be in the late 20s. And then for us, man, I like what I'm getting in return. You know, Royce O'Neal can give us some minutes off the bench, some veteran leadership, and he also shot 39% from deep. And even if it is a late first round pick, I'll take that at this point. I know Jalen Suggs went 5th overall, but his career hasn't gotten off to the best start, so I'd be happy with a late first round pick. And then for Brooklyn, they're just taking a flyer. Maybe he benefits from a change in scenery and really thrives there. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and see if they will say yes to this deal. They're saying though they want a 2nd round pick. They'll give me another first. Bro, 2K is a crazy game, man. I shouldn't have to give up this 2nd round pick, but for 2K purposes, we will. It is what it is. I don't really use my 2nd round picks like in drafting anyway. So let's go ahead and pull off this thing, man. And there we go. Done deal. And after doing that trade, I definitely think it's time to move on from Jonathan Isaac. We got Royce O'Neal, can be our backup power forward, and we need to find some minutes for Jett Howard. So Jonathan Isaac seems like the guy to move on from. If we're talking 2K purposes, I probably should keep him because I know 2K Sim loves him. But if we're keeping this thing realistic, man, the guy just can't stay healthy, and his contract is about to become fully guaranteed for 17.4 M's. I just can't do it, bro. I'm sorry. So let's look around for a trade. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to send Jonathan Isaac to the Memphis Grizzlies for John Conchar and 2 2nd round picks in 2027 and 2028. The Grizzlies need a backup small forward after losing Dylan Brooks. Why not buy low on Jonathan Isaac? You got the cap space for this season, and if he can't stay healthy this season, well, his contract isn't guaranteed at all next season, so you could just choose not to bring him back. It's a low risk, high reward type of thing. And for us, man, again, even if Isaac were to stay healthy, I'd rather keep some cap flexibility and maybe sign somebody in free agency at some point. I'd just rather do that, man. So let's go and see if we can pull this thing off here. Will they say yes to this deal? And they will. There we go. And I think that's a team for year 1. We got Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. On the bench, we got Anthony Black, Mo Wagner, Royce O'Neal, Gary Harris, and also Jett Howard, who we can now get 14 minutes per game after trading away Jonathan Isaac. I'm pretty happy with that, man. Are we going to be a good team this season? No, but that's fine by me. In fact, that's the plan. I'm trying to get a good draft pick. We got the 2024 class loaded up here. Guys like Modest Fuzella, Zachary Ricochet, DJ Wagner, Cody Williams, Justin Edwards. Like, there's a lot of shooting guards, so I want to try to get here. But anyways, man, that's enough talking. Let's finally get into simming here and just see how this season plays out. Quick pause in the video. I'm here at the contract extension deadline, and Markelle Fultz is willing to negotiate a new deal. So let's try to do that. I think $15 million per year for 3 seasons sounds pretty fair. Will he say yes to this? And it looks like he will. There we go. Let's get back to simming now. So the boys went 28 and 54. It's a few games worse than last season, but I mean, that's understandable. We got rid of Jalen Suggs, also Jonathan Isaac. I was trying to be bad for this season at the end of the day, so I'm definitely not mad at it. Let's take a look at these awards now. Trae Young MVP. We also got Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year. Do we have anything that concerns the Orlando Magic? I highly doubt it. Yeah, that kind of figures. But anyways, let's take a look at the All-NBA teams here. Do we have anything? Probably for like Anthony Black, right? Yeah, there it is. All-Rookie first team. We definitely will take that. And Jett Howard as well, All-Rookie second team. That's good to see. We'll take a better look at the stats here in a second. So we were the worst team in the Eastern Conference and the second worst team in the league. The Houston Rockets had a worse record than us. But again, that was the plan, so I'm pretty happy with this. Let's check out the stats now. Paolo Banchero led the way, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. How did he shoot from deep? 36%, man. That is a really good sign. I'm really just concerned about our 3-point shooting. You know, do we have some guys knocking down shots? And looks like we do. Markelle Fultz, 34%. That's actually really encouraging. Also, Cole Anthony, 36%. Franz Wagner, 39%. Like, we got some shooters, man. Jett Howard, league average, 35%. We'll take that. Gary Harris, 38%. Royce O'Neal, 40%. That was a nice addition as well. I mean, overall, we got a pretty good amount of 3-point shooting, man. I think definitely a passable amount. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the stats now. Markelle Fultz was our second leading scorer, not Franz Wagner, which is interesting. He averaged 16 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Cole Anthony, nice little 15, 5, and 6. He was actually starting for us, so that explains it. Franz Wagner, this is a little bit disappointing. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, but I'm not too worried about it. Once we move Cole Anthony to the bench, I think those numbers will go up a little bit. Wendell Carter Jr., 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And what was his 3-point percentage again? This one is a little concerning. I really want a center who can space the floor, so I'm trying to get that up, man. 33% is not the worst, but it definitely could be better. Anthony Black as a rookie, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And what was his shooting from deep? Yeah, that's definitely something he's got to work on. But Jett Howard was knocking that thing down, and he averaged 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Pretty solid, man. Overall, I think I'm happy with this. And again, we are one of the worst teams in the league, so we're going to get a good pick. That's really all I care about for year 1. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and sim this thing. Obviously, we are not in the play-in, definitely not in the playoffs. So let's just go ahead and sim everything here, man. Don't really care how it plays out. But it's the Thunder actually in the finals, which is pretty crazy. They're going up against the Celtics, and it's the Celtics to sweep them. No surprise there. Jason Tatum, Finals MVP. Shout out to him. So I normally don't show player retirements, but Joe Ingles actually decided to retire, and I'm actually not mad at it because he's still had a year on his contract. This is going to save us 11.55 M's. When you add that to the money we saved from trading away Jonathan Isaac, man, we might have a little bit of cash to spend this offseason. So that's pretty exciting. But anyways, let's keep it moving. It's time for the all-important draft lottery, man. Let's take a look at this thing as we are tied for the best odds, 14% chance. Let's go ahead and just rip the band-aid off. Will we go up in the draft? We will not. Tough. Number 4 pick. I mean, at the end of the day, that's not too bad. We can definitely still get a good player. So let's go to draft night and see what it's looking like. And just like I said, we got a lot of good options here if we're looking for shooting guards. Cody Williams is one of them. Zachary Ricochet, Justin Edwards. To me, though, the best prospect available is Zachary Ricochet. You can definitely tell the Magic are trying to build an oversized lineup. You know, Anthony Black at the 1, who's 6'7". Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, both of them are 6'10". I mean, Zachary Ricochet would fit right in, man. 6'8". He can play the 2 for us. When it comes to these 3 guards here, he's not the most athletic guy, but he is the best 3-point shooter. And like I said 1,000 times, man, that is the main thing I want to get. I mean, they're saying the guy is Kevin Durant Hall of Fame. That's definitely something I will take. So let's go ahead and make it happen, man. Zachary Ricochet, welcome to Orlando. And normally I don't make second round picks, but I do have pick number 32 here. And Khalil Ware is available. They got him here as Kel Ware. I think he's got lottery potential, and I was talking about wanting to get a rim protecting center off the bench. That's probably Ware's biggest strength, is being able to shot block. So I'll take that, man. Khalil Ware, welcome to the Magic. So the only guy I need to bring back in free agency is Royce O'Neal. A 1-year, $3 million deal sounds pretty good to me, and it sounds good to him too. Cool. Taking a look at player progression, Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero both up 1 to an 87. Nothing too crazy, but I guess we'll take it. Markelle Fultz up 1 to an 83. Wendell Carter Jr. stays put. That's a little disappointing as well. But we still got some more green arrows here. Cole Anthony went up 1 to an 82. Anthony Black went up 3 to a 79. We'll definitely take that. Then we got some more green arrows here. Royce O'Neal up 1 to a 77. Jett Howard up 2 to a 76. And then Caleb Houston up 2 to a 74. Overall, man, we're still a very young team, but I like what we got going on here. Let's go to season 2, where I think it's time to make some noise in the playoffs. And honestly, I don't think we need to make any moves here too. We got Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Same starting 5, man. I know I said I would start Anthony Black in year 2, but I mean, Markelle Fultz, bro. He made it hard for me to bench him. 16 points, 8 assists, and shot almost league average from deep. Like, what more can I ask for, really? So he's going to keep his starting spot for this season. And then Cole Anthony also, I mean, he was knocking down his threes. He looked pretty good as well. So I don't want to just start Zachary Ricochet right out the gates. Him and Black are going to have to earn it, man. It's really that simple. But anyways, we got them off the bench here. We also got Jett Howard, Mo Wagner, and then Royce O'Neal getting some PT as well. I also signed Victor Oladipo off camera, as you can see by the little ticker there. 1 year, 4.75 M's. We need some more veteran guys in the locker room, especially guards. So I think VO would be nice, man. Welcome back to Orlando. But yeah, that's pretty much the rotation. I also got Khalil Ware in the G League, just so that way he can get some PT somewhere. Hopefully he'll be able to develop. But anyways, man, like I said, I think it's time to make a little noise in the playoffs. If we can make it out the first round, then I'll be happy. That's the goal here. So let's sim the regular season and see what it's looking like. So the boys went 47 and 35, definitely a step in the right direction. Luka Doncic MVP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything for the Magic? No, we do not. That's fine though. What about the all NBA teams, man? Anything for Orlando here? Do we get any love? It does not look like it. Actually, there we go. Zachary Ricochet, all rookie second team. Not first team, but he did come off the bench, so I guess that's fine. And no playing necessary, man. We are the number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going up against the Boston Celtics in the first round, which is going to be tough. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and check out the stats. Paolo Banchero led the way, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Round up around here. And also shot 31% from deep, which is not very good, man. It's actually a very concerning step in the wrong direction. He shot 36% last season. So that's unfortunate. But Franz Wagner, 41%. Yeah, man, we got some shooting on this team. I think we got enough here. It's nothing too crazy, but it definitely is passable, which I guess is just the standard here at this point. Anyways, Franz Wagner, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. That is a step in the right direction. Got his points back up. So that's nice. Markelle Fultz, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. Like, bro, shot 37% from deep. He's going to make it very tough for me to bench him. He's been doing his thing. Cole Anthony also looked pretty solid, man. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Wendell Carter Jr. averaged a double-double. That's nice. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. Or I'm sorry, 2 assists. How do you shoot from deep? 28%, bro. That's been a really disappointing development. The 3-point shooting has gone down for Wendell. But anyways, let's take a look at our young guards off the bench. Zachary Ricochet, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I mean, I'm surprised that wasn't all rookie first team. Shot 35% from deep. Anthony Black, it's still a work in progress for him in terms of his 3-point shooting, but like 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal off the bench. That's not too bad for a second-year guy. Jett Howard, another second-year guy, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Overall, man, I'm pretty happy with these stats. Make sure to pause it if you guys want to take a look at them. But let's get into this playoff run. So we are going up against the Boston Celtics in the first round. Let's go ahead and check out this matchup. They got Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Jacoby Walter at the 3. Which is interesting. I guess they lost Jaylen Brown. Then they got Jason Tatum and Robert Williams III. It's a good team, man. No surprise there. It definitely is a good team. But let me go ahead and just mess around with this rotation. We're going to make it a 9-man. Just because I want to try to make some noise, man. I want to try to put up a fight here. So let me go ahead and mess around with this a bit. And bro, why is Wendell Carter Jr. coming off the bench? 2K, I don't understand this, man. I did not give y'all permission to mess around with my minutes here. Let me put this on manual. Bro, that's so frustrating. I don't know why that happened, but because I definitely didn't do that. But I guess it went to auto. I did upload a scenario for this. I've had a lot of people ask me about it. It should be popping up on the screen, the one that I used. But I guess the default settings for that scenario has minute changes on auto, so that explains it. But anyways, now let me go ahead and mess with this, where I guess I got some work to do. All right, man, here's what I'm thinking. I pretty much just gave some more minutes to the starters. The bench, not so much. Ricochet and Anthony Black, though, I gave them 20 apiece. I think that's about as good as it's going to get, man. So let's see if we can win this thing. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to take this game by game. As we win game 1, okay. We're up 2-0 now. I was going to say, man, this is a really good start, but now it's 2-2, and yeah, it's do I even make a change here? I guess I should. I mean, it's 3-2, man. We have a chance to force game 7. They didn't think we'd be in this position here, so let me go ahead and yikes, what do I want to do here? I'm gonna shorten the bench just a little bit, man, just a little bit, just a smidge here, and give some more PT to like Wendell Carter Jr., Markelle Fultz, and I think that looks good, man. Let's see if we can win 2 games against the Boston Celtics. We're going to sim this one normally, and we're still in it, bro. Let's go ahead and simcast this thing and see if we can make it out of the first round. I said the goal here was just to make it out of the first round, and if we can do that, I would be super happy. So we got a little bit of work to do, but we're not out of it just yet, man. We're hanging around, and we lost it. Tough. Okay, so we actually gave the Boston Celtics a fight, which is super encouraging. They won a championship last season, and they made it to the conference finals this time around. Hey, bro, I'm pretty happy with this. We didn't win a playoff series, but we put up a good fight. That's definitely a step in the right direction. And Jaylen Brown leading the Philadelphia 76ers to a championship, and he got finals MVP in the process. Shout out to him. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft lottery now, where I think we do have a pick from the Suns, right? And it looks like it was a good one, man. Pick number 9. I guess the Phoenix Suns weren't very good. I'll definitely take that, man, in addition to our own pick at number 21. Hey, this draft just got a lot more interesting. Let's go ahead and check it out. Also, another quick edit here. I forgot to mention that we had pick number 20. I didn't even see that, but apparently it's from the Denver Nuggets. I didn't realize that until after the draft, so that's why we're not going to make that pick here in the video. That's my bad, guys. I got to stop recording at like 3 a.m. But anyways, let's get back to it. So I don't know a whole lot about the 2025 draft class, but I do know VJ Miller is always really good in sim. And he's still here on the board, man. I mean, they're saying Michael Jordan for his ceiling. I will definitely take that. So let's go to make this pick, man. VJ Miller, welcome to Orlando. And with pick 21, I'm just entirely guessing at this point. I'm going to go with the highest guy on the board. That's Carter Knox, 6'7", small forward / power forward. They're saying he has an all-star ceiling. I mean, that's good enough for me. Let's go to make that pick. And also, here's that pick that I forgot to mention, man. Andre Stojakovic, son of Peja Stojakovic. I'm not mad at it. We need some more three-point shooting, so we can definitely help with that. But anyways, let's keep it moving. So we do have to bring some guys back. The first one is Cole Anthony. Like I mentioned, man, eventually he is going to come off our bench. So 14.5, 4 years. I think that sounds pretty good to me. And it sounds good to him too. Cool. We also got to keep Franz happy, so let's re-sign Mo. $5 million, 3 years. Will he say yes to this? Yes, he will. Speaking of Franz, the Utah Jazz want to give him an offer here. 1 year, $22.9 million. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. We're definitely going to match that. Let's check out player progression now. Paolo Banchero up 2 to an 89. Franz Wagner up 1 to an 88. Markelle Fultz up 1 to an 84. Wendell Carter Jr. up 1 to an 83. Anthony Blackman still not progressing as fast as I hoped he would. He went up 2 to an 81, which is solid, but like I still can't give him the starting spot over Markelle Fultz, man. I'm sorry. He's got to earn that spot, and at this point he just hasn't yet. And before anyone says anything, it's not because he's a small forward. That didn't affect his progression. He's actually only a 79 when I make him a point guard. So yeah, man, it is a realistic rebuild at the end of the day. Not all of these lottery picks are going to turn into stars, and at least right now Anthony Black has been good, definitely solid, but just not quite ready to be a starter. It is what it is. Taking a look at the rest of the guys, Mo Wagner up 1 to a 79, Zachary Ricochet up 1 to a 78. Jett Howard up 1 to a 77. He's also going up at just like a solid rate, nothing too crazy. And Khalil Ware up 2 to a 75. We sent him to the G League and he went up a little bit. It actually says he's annoyed. I don't know why that's a thing every time you send someone to the G League, but it is what it is. Anyways, man, we're still a young team trending in the right direction, but it's time to make a real playoff run. So let's go to season 3 and try to make it happen. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked around for a trade for Wendell Carter Jr. I've just been really disappointed with him, man, especially his 3-point shooting. You know, I've said it about 1,000 times. We need more shooting on this team. And I was really hoping he would develop into a true floor spacing center, but that just hasn't happened yet. And he is on an expiring deal. So how much money is he gonna ask for this offseason? I'm not not too sure. That's why I was looking around for a trade, but I couldn't find anything that made sense. The only somewhat realistic one was Miles Turner, but he's on the Chicago Bulls, so I definitely don't want to send Wendell Carter back there. I'm going to hold on to Wendell at least until the trade deadline. I'll see how he's playing. I'll see if he's shooting well from deep, and if he's not knocking down shots, man, then we might move on from him. But until then, we're just going to stay put. Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Same starting lineup. Off the bench, you got Anthony Black, Zachary Ricochet. We also got Jett Howard, Mo Wagner, and Royce O'Neal. But yeah, man, if we're at the trade deadline and we're struggling, I definitely will make a move. So let's sim to that point and see what the team's looking like. Alright, so we're here at the trade deadline and we are 30-25, the number 7 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's definitely not where I want to be, so let's take a look at the stats, see who's underperforming. And I mean, Wendell Carter Jr. looks solid, bro. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And the shooting from deep, 37%, man. Like, I will take that. That's what I wanted to see out of him. But who's going to go, man? Like, somebody has to go at this point because clearly things are not working out right now. I'm just going to take some time to look around, man, because I got to think this thing over. I'll get back to you guys in a second. And you know what? It's going to seem like I'm taking the easy way out here, but I'm not going to make a trade. I couldn't find anything that made sense, so I'm not going to force anything. However, I am going to start Anthony Black at the 2 here. I mean, the guy's knocking down the shots from deep, 39%. Is a crazy jump, so I'll definitely take that. And he's also 6'7", so like he can for sure play at the 2. That's also going to let us move Cole Anthony to the bench. Like I said at the start of the video, I see him more as a 6th man than a starter, so I think this is a good fit for him. And we can definitely use that spark on the second unit. He'll provide that for us. Am I in love with it? No, man, but I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the team that I put together. And we're also still really young. Like, we don't have to win anything this season, but hopefully this move will help us get up to, I don't know, maybe like the 5 seed, the 4 seed if we're lucky. Let's go ahead and find out, man. We're going to sim the rest of this regular season and see what it's looking like. So we look pretty decent after making that change. We went 48-34. Not the best, but also not the worst. LaMelo Ball got MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this year. Do we have anything for the Orlando Magic? It does not look like we do. What about the All-NBA teams, man? Anything here for Orlando? I don't really have high hopes. And yeah, we didn't get anything here either. We finished as a 6th seed, same as last year. So I mean, I guess I can't be too mad at it. But anyways, let's take a look at the stats now. Paolo Banchero led the way once again. No surprise there. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. How'd he shoot from deep? 37%. That's a good sign because he took a step back last season, 31%. Now he's back to being above league average. We'll take that. Franz Wagner averaged 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Markelle Fultz, little 14, 4, and 9. Okay. With 2 steals as well. Yeah, man. He's making it really tough to take away that starting point guard spot from him. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, Cole Anthony, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Anthony Black, man, here's a look at his stat line. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But as a starter, what was that looking like? 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, also 1 steal. Shooting from deep, 44%. Let's get it, man. Finally, he's starting to knock down some threes. I mean, 52% from the floor and 44% from deep is elite, man. We will take that. It looks like he handled that starting spot well, which is good to see. Wendell Carter Jr., 12 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. But the 3-point shooting, man, what's it looking like? 38%. Let's go, Wendell. I mean, all of this looks good on paper, bro. I just don't understand why we weren't winning games. But either way, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of this year. But it's time to make a playoff run. Let's get it. So we're going up against the New York Knicks in the first round. Let's go ahead and check out this matchup as they got Emmanuel Quickly, Dante DiVincenzo, RJ Barrett, Jason Tatum now, which is pretty crazy, and then Donovan Clingan. So this is a very different looking team, man. No Jalen Brunson, no Julius Randle, no Mitchell Robinson, at least in the starting lineup. But yeah, man, this is a really good team here. Apparently I just can't escape Jason Tatum. Let's go ahead and take this thing game by game as we lose game 1. Okay, we tie that thing up, and yeah, let me go ahead and mess around with this rotation. Probably should have done that from the start here, as bro, I took it off of auto. Why is it making these subs here? What is this, bro? It's on manual. Why are they making these changes here? I don't understand. But let me mess around with this a bit. Man, that's so frustrating. All right, man, I finally got all of this set up. I don't know why it's doing that. But okay, we got all of this here. It's a 9-man rotation, just more minutes for the starters. You guys know the deal by now. But let's get into it, man. Can we come back from down 2-1 as we are down 3-1 now? And okay, we're still in this thing. Can we force game 7? Yes, we can. Let's go Simcast, man, and try to make it out of this first round for the first time in this video, which is pretty crazy. But okay, we're off to a really good start here. It's back and forth. We are on the road, and come on, man, Mega Lake push. No, we cannot do it. We lose once again in a close game 7, man, just like last season. And actually also to Jason Tatum once again, because he's there in New York now. That's pretty tough, man. But anyways, it's the Timberwolves and the Cavs won it all. Darius Garland Finals MVP, shout out to him. We got pick number 22 in the draft. Honestly, I don't really need young guys anymore. I've already got so many of them on the roster, but let's go to draft night and see what it's looking like. So I tried to trade away my pick, man, but I couldn't find anything that made sense. Obviously, I know nothing about this class. What is it, 2026? Yeah, nah. So I'm just gonna go with the top guy on the board here, Alexander Lloyd. They say he's got a starter ceiling, nothing too crazy here. But sure, why not? Welcome to the team. We got to spend some money this offseason, man. Franz Wagner, definitely got to bring him back, obviously. 29.5 M's, 5 years. Will he say yes to this? He will. Cool. And luckily, Wendell Carter Jr. isn't asking for a whole lot of money. 14 M's, 3 years. We can definitely do that. And it looks like he agrees. Paolo Banchero is a restricted free agent this offseason. The Miami Heat are trying to give him 4 years, 140.94 M's. Obviously, we're going to match that, but yeah, that's a lot of money. It is what it is. And instead of bringing back Royce O'Neal as my backup power forward, I'm going to sign Dorian Finney-Smith. He's 33 years old, but he's still a 78 overall, and he only wants a veteran minimum. I'll definitely take that, man. Let's make that happen. Taking a look at player progression, Paolo Banchero up 1 to a 90, Franz Wagner up 1 to an 89. Markelle Fultz stays put, Anthony Black up 2 to an 83. So pretty much on the same level as Markelle Fultz, man. Is it time to roll out the starting backcourt of Anthony Black and Zachary Ricochet, who's up 4 to an 82? It might be, man. I'm definitely open to changing things up this season because we're in season 4. So something's got to change. You got to start winning some games. But anyways, Jett Howard up 3 to an 80. We like that as well. VJ Miller up 4 to a 77. Dorian Finney-Smith went down 1 to a 76. That's fine. He's still going to be our backup power forward. Andre Stojakovic, man, up 3 to a 76. It does say he's irritated because he spent last season in the G League, but he'll get over it, I'm sure. But anyways, it looks like we got some more green arrows here, man. We're still a team trending in the right direction. But yeah, I don't want to go to season 5. I'm trying to win a championship this year. So let's get into it. And you know what, man? I'm going to do it. I'm trying to send Wendell Carter Jr. and Cole Anthony to the Indiana Pacers or Kristaps Porzingis. He doesn't really fit their timeline. And actually, the guys that we're trying to give them really fit this team well. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr. can be their starting center. With Kristaps gone, Jarris Walker can finally thrive as their starting power forward. And then they also need a starting shooting guard, man. Cole Anthony can definitely be that for him. And then for us, man, this is a trade to win right now. Kristaps Porzingis can be our center. And he can knock down threes. He shot 36% from deep last season. I think him and Paolo Banchero on the front court would be really nice. I love this trade, but at the same time, I hate to do it, man, because I'm changing up the core here in Orlando. But at the end of the day, man, we're in season 4. We haven't even won a playoff series yet. It's time to make a change here and try to win now. So let's try to pull this thing off, man. Will they say yes to this deal? They're saying no. I will give you guys our pick for this year. I don't think it'll be very valuable because I'm expecting to be very good. So yeah, will they say yes to this now? And they will. Kristaps Porzingis, welcome to the team. And I feel pretty good about that, man. We got Anthony Black, Zachary Ricochet, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, that's a pretty elite starting lineup, man. I feel really good about that. We also got Markelle Fultz off the bench, Jett Howard, Mo Wagner, VJ Miller now getting some PT, and Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm a little bit worried that we lost that scoring punch because we traded away Cole Anthony. But looking at Jett Howard, man, I think he can be that scoring punch off the bench. The per 36 is crazy. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shot 40% from deep. Bro can definitely get buckets. I think he'll be just fine. And after making that trade, man, we definitely are ready to compete for a championship. Let's sim this regular season and see what it's looking like. So the boys are hooping this season, man. 59 and 23, definitely a step in the right direction. Luka Doncic got MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? It does not look like it. Okay. Did we get any love on the All-NBA teams, man? It has yet to happen this entire video. And there it is, Zachary Ricochet of all people. All-NBA third team, man. He finally became a starter and he made the most of it. That is super encouraging. If he's the guy getting All-NBA, and we still got Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Anthony Black, Kristaps Porzingis, like, come on, bro. I was already pretty confident about this team, but now I'm super confident. That's a really good sign. And here's another good sign. We were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's take a look at the stats now. Paolo Banchero led the way once again, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. How did he shoot from deep? 40%, man. We will take that. Same for Franz Wagner. Also, Kristaps shot 43%. Like, bro, we got shooters on this team, man. I'm super excited about that. As we take a look at the rest of these stats here, Franz Wagner, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Kristaps, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Okay. Zachary Ricochet, man, this is still crazy to me. All NBA third team, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Come on now, man. And then Anthony Black as a starter, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. That looks solid as well. What about Jett Howard, though? Was he that spark plug off the bench for us? 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, also 1 block. How to shoot from deep? 44%. You'll love to see it, man. Pause it if you want to, but I feel really good about this team. Let's try to make a playoff run now. Who are we going to face in the first round? It is going to be the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup here. They got Malcolm Brogdon, Mikal Bridges, Dariq Whitehead, Cam Johnson, and Nicholas Claxton. It's a good team, but I am pretty sure that we're better. So let's take this game by game as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. Is it going to be a clean sweep? It looks like it will be. Let's go, man. We finally won our first playoff series. It took 4 seasons, but here we are in the second round going up against the Charlotte Hornets. So they got LaMelo Ball, Shaedon Sharpe at the 2, which is a crazy backcourt duo, man. Talk about fun. They also got Brandon Miller, Julius Randle, and Ben Simmons. This is a really good team, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit worried. So let me go ahead and mess around with the rotation here and make it a 9-man, because yeah, I'm not even playing around, bro. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. So here's what I'm thinking, man. A lot more minutes for the starters, and VJ Miller has been hooping this playoffs. This is per 36, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, shooting 50% from deep. Like, yeah, bro, he's got to get some more PT here. So it is a 9-man rotation. Mo Wagner just getting a little bit of PT there, but I feel pretty good about this team, man. Let's go ahead and get into this as we win game 1. Okay. We're up 2-0 now. Bro, if we're sweeping this team, I was going to say we're not going to sweep them. But there it is, a gentleman's sweep, man, against a really good Hornets team. That's a super encouraging sight. And now we're in the conference finals going up against the Toronto Raptors. So they got Colin Sexton, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and Jalen Duren at the 5. Okay. It's another good team. I think Charlotte's a little bit better, though. So let's try to win this thing. If you lose game 1, bro, please don't do this to me. There we go. Okay, we bounce right back. It's 2-2 now. We just got a little bit of a scare, man, but we're here. We're Gucci. We're in the NBA Finals going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, let's take a look at the matchup. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Ace Bailey, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren at the 5. This team is nice, man. I'm a little bit worried, but let's go ahead and take this thing game by game here as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. Bro, surely not. Okay, I was going to say, surely we're not going to sweep them, but we beat them in 4. The Orlando Magic have done it, man. I was a little afraid to pull off that Kristaps Porzingis trade, but that definitely put us over the top, and it didn't hurt the Paolo Banchero was hooping too. Finals MVP, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shot 39% from deep. Come on, bro. This team is pretty insane, man. We got Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner locked up for the next few seasons. Kristaps Porzingis is on a 1-year deal, but he does have a player option for year 2. Either way, if this were a longer video, I'd obviously try to re-sign him. Then we got Markelle Fultz, Anthony Black, Zachary Ricochet, who made an All-NBA 3rd team. And then we still got like Jet Howard, VJ Miller off the bench. Like, bro, this team is super nice, and it's going to be nice for years to come. I think this came out really well. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Again, we just hit 2,000 subs on this channel, so if you still haven't hit that button, I'd really appreciate it if you could. Also, I've been trying to say man a lot less. I don't know if you guys noticed that in this video, but I've been getting some comments about it. I try my best to limit it. Hopefully it wasn't too bad in this video. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.